Guys, this sucks. This really sucks. Coming off of two movies that had potential, it showed The Dark Knight in a serious way. Today it just sucks. And that's why we're gonna get this over with. And we're gonna go with the third one, Batman Forever. Let's just get this over with. Starting off with Batman Forever. Directed by Joel Schumacher and released on June 9th of 1995, Batman Forever is the third movie in the Batman Quad-rilogy and follows Two-Face and the Riddler, who team up to take down Batman once and for all, while at the same time Batman hires on a new recruit named Robin to take down the forces of the Riddler and Two-Face before they become a serious threat to Gotham. Okay, so with everything that is said about this movie, the one thing that I can say about this movie that is decent is the casting and not necessarily the casting, more or less the performances. All the performances are entertaining, from Jim Carrey to Tommy Lee Jones as the villains, all the way to Nicole Kidman as Dr. Chase Meridian, who has the hots for the Caped Crusader. All of the performances are entertaining and interesting to watch. Even Val Kilmer, who plays the Caped Crusader, is interesting to watch. And, well, notice how I said interesting and entertaining. Now, the downside is that with the performances, notice how I said they're all entertaining. That doesn't mean I can take them seriously, though. Whereas with the past two movies, which were dark, deep, and depressing at times, and very serious and gothic in tone, those things felt more like a comic book movie that was treated with respect. This movie, Batman Forever, feels like a cartoon. With exaggerated sets and exaggerated images that make you question what type of movie you're watching and exaggerated props, Batman Forever feels a lot more like a cartoon than a Batman movie ever should feel like. And now with me, I personally like a more serious Batman movie. And though I do actually like the 1966 movie, which is very campy and all that, that doesn't mean that I would watch it on a daily basis or even watch it that often. As a matter of fact, the last time I watched it was a year ago, and that was after like 4 years of not watching it. Whereas with The Dark Knight, I could pop it in just about any other week and watch it because it's a great movie. But here's the thing: I like a serious Batman movie more so than a funny and lighthearted family movie. And because of that, Batman Forever falls flat for me. It doesn't necessarily work out. Though some of the performances are entertaining, like Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones, that doesn't mean that the movie works out for me. I'm going to give Batman Forever a 5 out of 10. Okay, let's get this over with. Okay, so we just reviewed Batman Forever, but then the next movie that came next. Let me just give you this. Batman and Robin is the next movie up next. And everyone knows about this movie. Everybody knows about it. Anybody who's even remotely seen a comic book movie has heard about this movie. What sucks is Bob Kane, the creator of the Batman character, this was the last Batman movie he saw while he was alive. This movie! Before I rip this movie apart, let's just get into the basics. Once again, directed by Joel Schumacher and released on June 20th of 1997, Batman and Robin is the last out of the Batman Quad-rilogy and shows the title characters trying to take down the forces of Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and the juicy pickle named Bane, while at the same time hiring a new recruit named Batgirl to help them out in their endeavor. Okay. It's time to tear this movie a new asshole, because I hate this movie. Though I have seen it before and laughed my ass off at it, that's not what this movie is supposed to be. This is a Batman movie. It's supposed to be taken seriously. Or at least, if it is going to be cartoony, at least treat it with respect. Don't insult the characters. Oh my god, everything in this movie is wrong. Absolutely everything. Let's talk about the casting. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze is an awful choice, and Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy? I'll get into her more later. I don't even know who the heck plays Bane, nor do I really want to know. And who the heck thought it was a good idea to cast Clueless as Batgirl? And while we're on the topic of just things that should not be in a Batman movie, I'm saving this entire thing for the dialogue in this movie. Now, I could have tacked this on into the performance aspect when I was talking about the actors. But, oh no. The dialogue in this movie is so horrendous that it had to be spotlighted in its own portion of this video. The dialogue is atrocious, and let's talk about Mr. Freeze. So reportedly, Arnold Schwarzenegger was paid $1 million for every pun he made. He was paid about $25 million. He made 25 ice puns in this movie, and he only had about 20 minutes of screen time. And as if Mr. Freeze's puns weren't cringeworthy enough, we have the dialogue of Poison Ivy. Sorry for those that are about to be offended of what I'm about to say, because what I'm about to say is pretty bleak. Her dialogue honestly sounds like something that a porn star would say. Some of her quotes consist of, "Hey, come join me. My garden needs tending. Some lucky boy's about to hit the honeypot. I bring everything you see, and yet everything you don't." Why did it have to be like that? The only thing I can say that this movie even got remotely right, or the only two things, by the way, is the set design, costume design, well, basically the design of the costumes and the design of the sets, and the music. Those three things are the only decent things about this movie. Aside from that, this is without a doubt, though technically looking good. Everywhere else, this movie's awful. It is a contender for the worst superhero movie of all time, possibly even one of the worst movies of all time. And because of that, Batman and Robin gets a big, fat 0. Oh, thank God I just got that over with. Okay. Luckily, tomorrow, stuff gets better. We had the fall of the Dark Knight, and now the Dark Knight is going to rise. See what I did there? Anyways, jokes aside, tomorrow we are going to be looking at the Dark Knight trilogy, which is debatably the best trilogy in cinema history, and debatably the best superhero movies ever made. Though, aside from that, these two movies that I've reviewed today, Batman Forever is corny fun. You can at least watch it and shut off your mind. But if you wanted a serious movie, Batman Forever is not for you. Batman and Robin, however, might please a 3-year-old for about an hour and a half, but for a grown adult or for a middle-aged kid like me that is into comic movies, it fails on every level. Aside from that, I hope you guys have a good day, evening, night, or whatever the heck time you're watching this, and I'll see you next time.